Why hello there everybody, welcome to another episode of RJ's Reviews, where today we're going to be reviewing some audio equipment. So, today we've got ourselves the Mackie CR3s. They just came in actually, I ordered them. So, off camera I've got a small little version of what my studio would be like. A smaller version in front of my green screen. You can see part of it there with my computer and stuff. We will be doing stuff like actual audio testing and an actual sound test. Off on the side we will be having the Nintendo Switch, which will be running my copy of Breath of the Wild from last video. And yeah, links to buy this stuff will be in the description below. We will be using this cable to test it. This also came in. Funny how it came in a second box, though. I ordered this off B&H, so it'll be on a wish list for B&H. So, anyway. This is what we got. These are the Mackie CR3s. Now let me actually clear off the little space that I got for it. This way, I could show y'all what we're talking about here. And I'll just unplug the computer for a bit. Place it on my other computer, and here's what we're talking about. Alright, I'm gonna open it up this side because, well, this is where most of it is. Preferably this way. As you can see, this is the back side of it. It does include some actual accessories that would be useful to get started with it. So anyway, let's get right into it. So, we've got this, and then... Oh, and yeah. And watch our dang videos. Which reminds me, subscribe to my channel, get some better content, you know? Alright. So, here we have the manual. It's a quick start guide, actually. Don't know if y'all can see that. But you're good. Got a nice little foam thing. Even says CR3 on it. And let me actually pull out. This is one of the accessories. This is a shock mount thingy. It's these little styrofoam things that can actually keep the monitors in a, which not only can allow you to set the position of your monitors, but they allow you to actually have a good way to avoid, well, you know, sound prevention from getting onto and making the whole shelf, the bookshelf that you're putting it on, not vibrate as much. We're going to be placing it on these. So there we go. You've got one with each speaker on every side of it. Keep that as it is. So here are the actual speakers themselves. This is the passive side of the speaker set. You got your silica gel. Don't eat it, remember. So, this is the actual speaker itself. This is the 3-inch. These are the CR3s because they're 3 inches. Also, this is the passive speaker because it only has these spring clips on the back to plug into the amps of the other speaker. Up here is our tweeter, and this is the actual speaker itself, or the bass unit. Out the back is where the subwoofer goes. And we're just going to place this one onto here. As you can see, they actually go up on there. And now we have the main speaker, which is the active one. It's the on-off / volume knob. This is one that actually moves up, and you can actually adjust it like that. Down at the back you've got your inputs, which are 2 1/4-inch balanced or unbalanced, RCAs, the left, right, position knob, but you get to choose, but I'm going to go with choosing left, on-off switch, and spring clips to go to the other speaker. And if I bring out the... These are two prongs, not grounded at all. Don't know if you can see it. It's just a two prong, which could work for things like the US and both the US and Japan. As you would expect, they run off a 120. I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. And let's just plug them in. They are polarized though. And if they're on, well, but we're not going to worry about that yet because we've got these cables. These are the really high quality, good types. So this way we can actually listen in on these things. Alright. They are polarized though. And if they're on, well, but we're not going to worry about that yet because we've got these cables. These are the really high quality, good types. So this way we can actually listen in on these things. Alright. And finally, down here at the bottom is all the accessories you probably might want. So here we've got you've got an RCA to stereo 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter, depending on what you call it. We won't need that. We won't also need this stereo 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch cable or 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. But what we will need though in this case, we will need these good cables right here. These cables are actually for the interconnect between the passive and the active. These are the spring clippy types. This is a pretty long cable if you ask me. Pretty much like, I'd say a 3 to 6. As you can see, there's a green light going around it. Initially, you can't even hear, you can only hear a certain amount of noise at high volume, but we aren't going to be in a high volume mode. We're going to be in a somewhat low volume, you know. Alright. So if I turn on stuff like my mixing board, for example, which I have plugged in on here, as you could hear, this is what they sound like. And this is just Nintendo Switch noises. Alright, so now for the actual audio test themselves. So this is what they sound like this is what it sounds like if you have a mic on it. They sound pretty good actually. Yeah. I'm gonna step away from the actual things themselves. This is at a 50% volume. They aren't as loud as I would expect, but they do sound pretty good. As far as I'm concerned, the audio quality out of these things is quite good actually, and I'll just give them a review because of that. And both the speakers seem to be working perfectly. I can feel the vibrations coming from both of them. They are pretty good actually. They're good for, again, studio work and just simply if you need a speaker set. Yeah, so I'm gonna conclude this vocal test and say that it is a pretty good set. So let's continue on with the review. Alright, so I got a copy of Breath of the Wild running on here. Let me just put my Nintendo Switch onto here, onto my table, onto my little makeshift table desk thingy. And this actually pretty much sounds pretty good. Let me get the, hold on, I gotta get the mic cable disconnected a bit. There we go. That doesn't sound that bad. Alright, now for the actual audio testing. Alright, so that was actually pretty good. Let me just turn down that audio a bit. Anyway, yeah. So, alright, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Be sure to smash the like button if you like today's video, and that's it for today's video, and bye.